Hi, my name is Joseph Patterson. Welcome to One Jamaica TV. This is the place of choice for all who love this country and want to see the nation succeed.
Morning, Uniters. Good morning, Jamaica. Let's talk about our crime monster. That is how they term it. Not that the horrible situation we have created since the 70s and 80s when we imported guns. Not the horrible situation we have created when we aligned ourselves with criminal gangs and drug runners, transnational crime organizations. Not the terrible situation we created by our known association with known criminal underworld figures. That's how two political parties should term the crime problem Jamaica faces. Now, let's be honest. Jamaica lies as an island geographically on the transnational crime highway, as it is termed, being in an area in the Caribbean Sea where Central America, North America, and South America meets. And therefore, we are a beautiful transshipment point for all that is illegal traveling between these quote-unquote developed countries. But our weak politicians have ignored the problems and have even gotten involved in making the problem worse over the decades. The UIC has said that one of the first things that will help in diminishing and solving crime, is closing our borders, improving border security, and not just at the island ports of entry, but in every atoll, on every beach, on every inlet on this island, which would mean equipping our police and coast guard so well that they can function in protecting an island border that is so open because of our proximity to the ocean, i.e. an island. But the UIC solution will never be embraced under these two colonial parties until the people decide that that is what they want and choose the UIC to do it, because they're not going to incriminate themselves. That they also exploit this weakness in our borders. And to show you how inept they are, I'll turn to today's headlines. And you'll see the headline posted right here. If our technicians can do that for us. Businessman marked for death by criminal gang. Now, the story alleges that a businessman has CCTV footage of 4 men leaving the scene of an early morning murder, and confidentially, as a material witness after the fact, because he would have reviewed this footage after the fact, he gave this footage to the police, and he would have considered that since it is evidence, he would have been held in the highest confidence. But no, that footage made its way to social media. And of course, the bad men who are well informed because they've been educating themselves on crime and how to commit and be proficient at committing crime by their criminal association in jail, their criminal association that has been deported from first world countries after they go ahead and perfected their crime in their jurisdiction, and would have come here and created association with local criminals and strengthened their know-how. So they study to become master criminals, and they have been perfecting their craft and executing that craft on the people of Jamaica, while our police has not been studying to become more proficient police officers. They have consistently and constantly relied on the use of force, lethal or otherwise. So, of course, this allegation is that someone in the constabulary force leaked that footage on social media, and that leaked footage on social media got to the eyes and the ears of the criminals involved, or alleged to be involved in whatever crime was committed at that scene, and is now threatening that businessman who his lawyer is in the news crying foul, and rightfully so. You would think that a well-functioning police force with a doctor at its head would be able to maintain the confidentiality of its sources, would be able to maintain confidentiality surrounding information as crucial as that. And the consistency with which information is leaked out of the JCF tells you how porous and incapable the Jamaica Constabulary Force has become. It's underworld connections, because it is a known fact that policemen are associated with the underworld figures. These associations are compromising the operations of the JCF. You're now not clear on the distinction between the good guys and the bad guys. And that is a poor state of existence. What can we do to fix the problem? Because one of the quote-unquote planks in the current government's crime-fighting plan is an electronic surveillance system referred to as Jamaica Eye, where you as citizens, you and I, are encouraged to turn over our footage, either give them direct link to the footage or be willing to share those footage with them. And this businessman is one of those Jamaicans who believed in this promise. Now that promise has proven to be an Achilles heel for this gentleman. It is now a danger to his life. And what does that say to the other Jamaicans, the ordinary Jamaicans who are looking to do something just as noble? No, sir. Me not chat to no police and bad man, a friend. You tell police in there, your name go station and from station to the bad man. That is what I've heard before, and I've never paid it any mind, because I thought that could not be the case. Only to see this story in the newspaper. So I'm calling on the JCF to investigate, better yet, Indicom. I'm calling on Indicom to investigate this matter, because I'm not going to ask the Jamaica Constabulary Force to investigate the Jamaica Constabulary Force. It's just like asking politicians to investigate crime. They are the reason for it, so they'll never come to a true and proper finding. So I'm asking Indicom to investigate this matter and make sure that whomever is responsible is properly disciplined for endangering the life of this noble citizen who has chosen to put his country above self and is now on the verge of losing himself. He's about to face the wrath of these underworld figures. Okay? So I really need the people of this country to feel safe in sharing information, which they don't, and that is one of the biggest reasons why crime can't be solved. We have heard of the stories of the witness protection program, people leaving it because of how poorly they are treated. And we have heard of people who are witnesses being murdered before getting to court. And yet there's no steps, no concrete steps are being taken, none whatsoever that we can see, hear of, or being reported on. And I'm not talking about in the newspapers. I'm talking about the minister and the commissioner coming to the people and say, we know this is a problem and we have taken this step to solve it. Okay? Putting a story in the paper does not mean you're reporting to the people. So whether in the House of Parliament or a post-cabinet press briefing or a town hall, those are the methods available to the government of the day to report to the people. So crime, the monster that they have touched, which they don't, and that is one of the biggest reasons why crime can't be solved. We have heard of the stories of the witness protection program, the people leaving it because of how poorly they are treated. And we have heard of people who are witnesses being murdered before getting to court. And yet there's no steps, no concrete steps are being taken, none whatsoever that we can see, hear of, or being reported on. And I'm not talking about in the newspapers. I'm talking about the minister and the commissioner coming to the people and say, we know this is a problem and we have taken this step to solve it. Okay? Putting a story in the paper does not mean you're reporting to the people. So whether in the House of Parliament or a post-cabinet press briefing or a town hall, those are the methods available to the government of the day to report to the people. So crime, the monster that they have termed it, created by them, fostered by them, maintained by them, continues to thrive because of them. Because they keep stopping short of doing anything concrete to solve that problem. The long and short of it, the UIC is unattached and unaffiliated to any of these corrupt enterprises will solve that problem. We're not going to fight crime, we're going to solve crime. Right? We're not going to fight criminality, we're going to change the social atmosphere in which criminality thrives. And that is how we will bring about a change. We will win the proverbial hearts and minds of the people. Have them understand what it truly means to be Jamaican and be responsible in being Jamaican. One Jamaica. Vote UIC.